What's going on, guys? The real D-Lo here, and we are back trying to figure this sucker out. So here's what we got today. All right, I'm going to make this really simple and straight to the point. First things first, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to move me to the middle of the screen. I'm going to make myself bigger for the time being because I need to do something. Is that pretty centered? That's really centered. Okay. Locked and loaded. All right, so that's in there. So here's the deal. Here's the dilemma I'm facing. I need some help here. I'm just having the hardest time trying to determine how I want to handle this GPU situation here. Option A, what I showed yesterday. Let me get it for you. This is option A. This is a AMD Radeon 7900 XTX. That's option A. Should I open this and use this as my daily GPU? Should I return it and get my money back? It is really a good GPU. It only costs $999. Seal's not broken. There's my AMD. Whoop, the wrong way. AMD 7900 XTX. All right, that's option one. Option two. God, this box is gigantic. That's what she said. RTX 4080. It is gigantic. I have to go like this. Oh, two hands. RTX 4080. This is the other option. Geez, it's huge. Look how big this box is. Seal. Brand new in the box. Oh my God, dude, that thing is a beast. Jesus. That thing's huge. I don't know what to do. I don't know which GPU to use. Do I use the $1199 4080? Look at me, I'm hiding under. Look how big this sucker is. Do I use the Founder Edition 4080? God, I'm going to get a workout with this. Hold on, let's just do some curls with this thing. Don't tell NVIDIA that we're using it, but this thing's heavy, dude. Thing's really heavy. And it's a big, awkward box, but it looks very well protected. Do we use the 4080 or... Oh, jeez. Do we go, for form factor, I'll tell you what, this thing is awesome form factor. I'm thinking about, I really love how small this is. Or do we use the 7900 XTX for $999? $1199, $999. Okay, now let's talk about pros and cons, and let's see if we can make a decision. Okay, I'm going to bring this up. I'm going to move me out of the way. I want to see the whole page. All right, so here's what we're working with. So here's one of my main concerns. I use a dual monitor setup like a lot of people do in 2022, 2023 almost. And here's my issue. Check this out. Right here. Look at the 7900 XTX idle power draw with one. So I got to click on it so you can see my mouse. This is the power consumption for the at idle, right? Well, the 7900 XTX uses 13 watts, which is fantastic. And the 4080 only uses 14 watts. That's the same. No noticeable difference. Let's move on with our life, right? But look at the multi-monitor. This is scary. This is weird. It's got to be a driver or a bug. The 7900 XTX uses 103 watts in multi-monitor setup. I have a multi-monitor setup. So you're telling me if I open this, plug it in, and I'm just sitting here on my desktop, I'm using 100 watts? Now, someone might say that's outrageous. Well, over the year, that's probably like $30 a year. That's how much it would cost me, $30 a year more. But over 2 years, that's $60. All right. Is that a big deal? I think I like the power usage and the heat generated. I'm more concerned with that than I am the cost, right? Then you go up here and look at the 4080. it only uses 23 watts on dual monitors. And it only adds another 9 watts over the monitor, so it's 9 watts. This is adding 80 watts for a second monitor. Something's wrong, all right? Something's wrong there. Let's go down. Here's another thing that concerns me. You know what I do a lot of the time with my computer? I watch videos. I watch YouTube. I watch NFL Sunday Ticket, Twitch. I'm always doing video playback. And look at this. This is another concerning number. In the video playback, the 4080 only used 20 watts, while the 7900 XTX used 88 watts. So that means as I'm idling, as I idle watching videos, pretty much 100 watts, no matter what, the whole time. I don't like that. Now let's go over here. The 4080 only uses 304 watts while gaming. 300 watts is great. That's less than I use now. Right now, I'm like 340, 350 right here because I use a 3080, right? I think I use a 12 gig. I believe I pull about 350. So if I move to the 7900 XTX, it'll be the exact same I'm using right now. No big deal. But I would save 50 watts while gaming. Sometimes I game a lot. I did a calculation. My computer is probably on about 2,500 hours a year. A lot of times it's just sitting here. Other times I walk in, I use it to pull something up. Other times I work on it. Other times I play games on it. Other times I make videos on it. So power is a factor. If all else was even, would I say this is the make or break? Maybe. Probably wouldn't really register too much, but it's a factor. Okay, let's go down. In ray tracing titles, which I do not use, we have 294 for the 4080 and 358. Maximum, 360 versus 316. The power consumption of the 48 is awesome. It is really good. Let's go down. VSync, 60 hertz. I'm not going to do that. Spike, 20 millisecond spikes. This is transient spikes, I believe is what they're referring to here. This is where it can spike up just for just a fraction of a second. But what can happen is it can cause crashes in some scenarios. The 4080 only spikes just a little higher. The 7900 XT spikes up to 455. Gamers Nexus did a review, and they talked about this. That's slightly concerning that it would spike the high. Is it going to crash my GPU or my CPU? No, because I have excuse me. Is it going to crash my computer and my PSU? No, because I have an 850 watt, which should handle either of these cards plenty fine. But these are issues, guys. These are things we're thinking about. Okay, now I'm going to click here, and we're going to go look here. Average frames per second, all right? I'm going to go down. I play at 4K. So all the other charts are cool, but here's what I care about. The 4080 gets 124 frames per second in 4K. The 7900 XTX gets 128. I'm going to be honest with you. That's not noticeable. Right now, it claims I can get 85. That's probably a little high. I'm going to be honest with you. This is a little high for me. I don't know if I average 80 on everything. It's really hard to say the settings and whatnot, but this is just more for a comparison between the two, right? So that doesn't matter. But what it does matter is I'm coming up from 85 all the way up to 120. So either way, I'm getting a big jump in performance. Would I love the 158? Yeah, but I don't need it. My card right now would probably work just fine for what I'm doing. I could adjust a few settings, but I want a little more power, and I'm trying to make a purchasing decision. So it's the 4080 or the 7900 XTX. I own both of them. I bought the references. Okay, here's something else that matters to me. Let's go here. Where is the sound? Fan noise. They have the idle temperature. Oh, I got to go to the top. They have the idle temperature of the 7900 XTX at 37 they had it at 58 and 37, man. And they had it at 39 dBs. I'm sure they have a chart. Here we go. Here's your chart. 4080 comes in at 34.3 dBA, and this comes at 39.2. I don't know how they're testing that. Most people say that this was getting at least 40, and in some 43. And a lot say the 4080 was getting around 38 to 40 also. So I don't know how they got their numbers, but in their testing, their 4080 was a bit quieter. 34 isn't really noticeable, guys. My 3080, I think, gets like 36 36 or 37 with an Asus TUF. 34 isn't noticeable. 39, you would notice it a little bit. 43, I think you would notice it a bit more. So I don't know how they came up with their numbers. I'm going to be honest with you, but I don't know if I agree with AMD's. Tech Power Up's numbers, because that's what I'm using here. Tech Power Up. Let's go look at a game that I actually play in real life. I've played The Witcher 3, so this is a fair game. Let's look at The Witcher 3 and let's look at it in 4K. Here's 4K. Currently, if I were to play The Witcher in 4K, I would be getting 111 frames. That's not true. I think I was getting around 80 frames. But look at the 7900 XTX, 160 and then 165. So you got to understand that's, again, not really noticeable. I'm not a Call of Duty fan, so I'm not going to see that massive jump. So it's interesting. So that's just one site. Just so you know, that's just one site. I'm going to make this go away. All right. I'm going to put me back in the middle. What do I do? What do I do? What do I keep? I'm going to make myself really big. Do I keep the 4080 or do I get the 7900 XTX? What do I do? I would love you to comment. I would love you to like, follow, help me out. Give me some feedback here. Who out there has a 7900 XTX that can help me? Is it loud? Some videos say it's not loud and it's not noticeable. Some videos say you will notice it. Some videos say it's screaming loud. It's very inconsistent. I don't know how loud the card is. And my problem is AMD won't let you return the card once it's open. I don't want to open it and put it in. It's way too loud for my liking. And then now I'm out $1,000 or I got to try to sell it or scalp it as a used open box. That sucks. We should be able to put it in our system, turn it on and hear it, and then make a decision if we want to keep it. I know that's like, well, now it's a used product and people could screw it up. Yeah, I get it. Power is close, but the 4080 wins. Performance is close, but the 7900 wins. Price is close. No, 20% difference. 7900 wins. Ray tracing, 4080 wins. So it's 2-2. Plug and play, 7900 XT wins, right? You put it in your system. You take your 2-pin power connector, click it in. It won't burn up. It won't overheat. There's no real issues with accidental not plugging it in right, and it'll just work. So 4 for the XTX and 3. NVIDIA typically has a little better drivers. I've had 0 problems with my drivers on my NVIDIA graphics card. My 1080 Ti, my 2080 Ti, and my 3080 have had 0 issues. So, I'm going to look at one more review. Everyone agrees the 7900 is a good card. We haven't seen like the best models yet because Asus and MSI haven't really rolled out their high-end ones yet. Where is that? Is it Tweaktown? Someone had a pretty good article of it. Tweaktown, power and temps. Let's look at it. Let's see what they say about power and temps. Or do they have sound? Let me see if they have sound. Go to the top. Article. They have what's hot, what's not, power and temperature. They don't talk about coil line. But let's look at what they got. Let me bring it back up. Boom. Shrink me down. Shrink me down, baby. Okay, here we go. Here's what they showed. They showed that they got 3,000 CPU clock. Their CPU temperature was 58. Their hotspot was 73. They had 100% GPU load. That's good. 35% memory controller seems to be about average. That's what Jay's 2 cents had also. Voltage looks good. CPU temp was fine. So honestly, those don't make me mad. Let's see what they said. Did they write a narrative? Sapphire is keeping things rather chilly with the Nitro. Oh, this is the Nitro Plus. The Nitro Plus Radeon 7900 XT. The VaporX graphics card with the Navi 31. By the way, tweaktown.com is where I'm getting this information. Around 58 under benchmark gaming load. GPU hotspot was 73. This is the fan default and whisper quiet, I might add. That's what I want. I want the 7900 XTX, but I want the Sapphire Nitro. How much does it cost? I think you're going to pay a lot of money. Just out of curiosity, what's he say? Does he say anything about Sapphire? Has really impressed me this time out. Their custom Navi Nitro Plus Radeon, where if you liked what you saw from the reference, you'll fall in love with this custom card right from the start. It is amazing. RBG, blah 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 blah. It's the best performing so far. GPU clocks were great. It's probably because they're keeping the temperatures under control. They gave it a 96. $100 premium. How much is this card? Let's look this up. Think. One sec. Pulling it up right now. You can't buy it is the problem. I'm going to make this go away real quick while I find it, okay? 7900 XTX on Newegg. Let's just see what we got. Here we go. $1,099. Bring it back up. Here's what we're looking at. I can't make it lower for some weird reason. I can go like this, though. I can grab a hold of it, bring it down, and then bring this up. There you go. Out of stock. $1,099. There it is. There's your price. So this one might be better than this. Might take care of the temps and the noise because they said it was whisper quiet. But here's the deal. This comes with increased power. Oh, we should have looked at his. Oh, we got to look at his power. How did the Nitro do, right? Power and temps. What was the max power draw? Did we see it on here? He didn't tell us the max power draw. Ah, up here. Nope. It's power draw? Nope. These are GPU benchmarks. I wish they showed the max power draw. They say temperatures and power draw, and then he talks about it, but he doesn't actually say how much power it was pulling. Do you see it anywhere? So I don't know how much this pulls. I suspect it pulls a bit more than the reference, and definitely more than the 4080, obviously. But he has like Cyberpunk 4K. He has this card coming in second only to the FE with a few percent higher than the standard reference design XTX. So that's where we are, guys. What do I do? What do I do? Do I use the reference? AMD 7900 XTX. Do I use this card? And go get myself 67 frames in 4K? $999 and gamble on the temps and the power draw being a little high. Hopefully they fix that in the dual monitor because I use dual monitors. Or, oh God, do I open this bad boy? Do I use the GeForce RTX 4080? You can see my handprint on it. Do I use this card and open her up and play with this one and have a lower power draw, lower noise, lower temps, but similar performance? What do I do? What do I do? I guess the question is, I think the real answer comes down to, is $200 worth it for ray tracing, lower power draw, and a little more steady drivers? And it feels like when you're spending this type of money, it kind of feels like it is. So part of me leans that way. But if you told me I would plug the 7900 in right now. Oh, also, I don't want to use this connector. I really don't want to use the NVIDIA connector. I really wish they wouldn't have done that. These cards are only pulling 300 watts. What are we doing with this weird 12-pin 3 connector deal? Like, you don't need 3 dedicated connectors for 300 watts. I know that the design was for the 4090 and the 4080 when they thought they were going to be 600 and 500 and 400 watts. But, man, we ended up at like 300 watts. Why do we have this connector? Anyways, I'm rambling. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I'm going to post this on YouTube. Please give me a like if you thought that this was a relevant conversation that maybe other people are having also. Maybe the reference cards, Asus and MSI from the 7900 XTX series that are going to be coming in the upcoming weeks will help. Maybe I just sit on these and don't do anything and I return them because I have 30 days, and I grab the 4070 Ti. 4070 Ti will beat everything in except for the 3090 Ti and up, right? And it should be cheaper. If it's $799, there's a better value. I don't know. I want frames. I really would love to use AMD. I'm scared. I'm scared to waste my money on temps, clocks, and the promise of drivers. Hey, look, do you want a Cult Fave Beauty Ordinary? What the fuck is this, guys? What's on the? Let's see what's out there today. GPUs, graphics. Let's see what's available. Let's say the 40 series and the 7000 series. No one's buying the XT. Stop. Let's apply. Let's look at low to high. What's actually available today on Newegg? $1269. You can just buy a 4080. See, I got this for $1199, and this Gigabyte Gaming didn't seem to be actually better. So I'm not tripping about this. The Eagle's sitting around at $1279 and $1329. See, this is where it gets weird, because once you get into these prices, like, what are we doing? Just buy a Ventus. GH Electronics, you guys are a joke. You're scalpers. It's bull crap. Stop screwing over the consumers. You see they have that GH. It's on Amazon. That's a 4080. That's a base. You can go buy that on MSI right now for $11.99. They want $15. They're trying to scalp you $400. Fuck you guys, dude. Stop scalping. It's bullshit. Sorry. You guys are ruining the market. Let's look at MSI right now. If you guys want to know how to get a graphics card, just go to MSI. Go to the official store. Click on graphics card right here. This is just MSI.com. Click on the 4000 series. Look, you can just buy one for $11.99 right now. Don't pay them $1,500. Please don't pay them $1,500. I would prefer people don't buy it for $11.99. I did. I can return it though. I have until January 14th. So if you want a card, if you want a little better clock right here, sure, go for this one. But honestly, this one is all you need. Look, I can just click on it right now. I can just add it to cart. $11.99. You want it for $11.99? Just go buy it. You know why it's sitting there? Because it's a high price, and a lot of people don't want to pay it. What about Asus these days? Asus store was down earlier. See? It's down. That's weird. Isn't that weird? I don't know why Asus is down. Anyways, that's all I got. I appreciate any follow. I appreciate a like. I appreciate any comments, feedback. I would love the community's engagement. If someone saw this video and can offer some real, tangible, helpful information, how loud is the 7900 XTX? How hot is the 7900 XTX? I've seen videos out there, but they're so conflicting. If you watch Jay, Gamers Nexus say it has an annoying coil whine. I listened to it. It wasn't horrendous. It was a little loud, but crap, my Asus Tough has coil whine. There's coil whines all over the place. Okay. Paul said, I don't remember what Paul's hardware said. I don't recall what Jay said, but when Jay was doing his overclocking video, it sounded kind of loud. I believe that Hardware Unboxed said they didn't really notice the sound. Other people who have done breakdowns say it's horrendously loud. I just don't know what to believe. So help me out. 4080 or 7900 XT. Help me out. Comments below on YouTube, Twitch, follow, like, anything you'll do, appreciate. Somebody just wants to donate me $1,000. I'll keep both of them. Okay? Donate $1,000 to me. I'll run benchmarks on both. I'll give you anything you want to know, and I'll work for you. You could go buy it yourself, of course. But hey, Mr. Beast, if you watch this, hook me up, bro. I just want to be able to do a review on these cards. I don't really care. If someone gives me $1,000, I'll review both, and I'll give away my 3080. I'll give it away. There you go. Hook me up. Send me a donation. Mr. Beast. Somebody. All right. Have a good day. Peace. Be cool to everyone, guys. Except for the scalpers. Now, scalpers deserve a little bit of human dignity too, but it's okay to be mad at them. Peace, guys. Have a good day. Merry Christmas. Love y'all. Have a good night.